Alright, today I am going to be sharing with you my pull workout. So as you guys know, if you've been following me, I do calisthenics, but I also lift weights. So it's going to be a combination of calisthenics, weighted calisthenics, and some heavier weights. So let's just get right into it. So I always start off with just some swinging around and some pull-ups, just really loosening up all the muscles and the joints that we're going to be using that workout. So some nice wide grip pull-ups, nice and easy. You can see me smiling through them. It's not that hard. Alright, get the tank top going. You gotta let them know what fuels you. So head back and just keep hammering. I'll probably do, 10 to 15, 3, 4, 5 times. And by that time my body is nice and warmed up. I'll alternate the grips. As you can see here, I'm going really wide. Before it was more of a traditional grip. So it just feels great. And then I'll go into some more explosive movements to really get the blood flowing in the muscles and really practice these calisthenics movements that I need to be working on. So this is like an explosive L-sit, close grip pull-up. I'm trying to pull my hands down towards my belly button or towards my lap. And then this one is essential for learning the muscle up. If you guys have been following me, you know this one already, but I might just do a video based just on this exercise because it's so important for learning the muscle up and gaining the strength and the power in your lats to pull yourself up to a muscle up. So again, just more body weight stuff. I really like to do this at the beginning of my workouts because I'm strong and it's fun and it gets me into it and gets everything loosened up and stretched. So here I'm just doing some front lever pulls. These are more like, these have a bend in the elbow, so they're not really front lever pulls, but whatever they are, they feel great. These are a little closer to front lever pulls. They're kind of in between like an ice cream maker and a front lever pull, but whatever, we'll take it. It felt good. I was enjoying it. We got the 60p going on. I just learned I could do that, so you guys might see more of these smooth slow-mo videos coming up. So here we go. This is where stuff gets serious and stuff gets difficult. So weighted pull-ups. I'll show you guys a couple different ways that I do drop sets with these weighted pull-ups. But here I have two 10-kilogram plates around my waist because I will be dropping one of them off. So I'll just go to as many as I can do with this much on. I think it's usually between like 6 and 8. Sometimes I'll get closer to 10. But keeping in mind that it's a drop set, we don't have to worry about going too high with the reps because we're going to be getting it in. So there we go, drop a plate and get right back into it. There was no weight there, just as long as it took me to take that plate off. So of course, I'm going to be getting weaker really quickly. I can't do nearly as many this time. And once I can't do any more with just the 10 kilograms around my waist, which is like, I think 22.5 pounds for you guys in America. So then I just go with just my body weight and I keep going. So sometimes I will do this for 3 full sets, sometimes 4 full sets, where I do the drop set for 4 full sets. It's a lot of reps. Very difficult, but that's the bulk of my workout. That is what it is based around. So here's another style of drop set I want to show you guys, and this is just, instead of taking a plate off right away, you're actually changing your grip so that you go to an easier grip. So this one is really difficult with it really out wide, and once I max out there and I can't do any more with decent form, I reset and I grab to a slightly easier hand position, which is more of a classic pull-up grip. Except for these are kind of tilted, so I always have trouble finding a nice grip on them. But once I can't get that chin close to the bar anymore, then we go to an even easier grip. Shake the arms out really quickly, get some blood flow back in them. And now the neutral grip. You feel the most powerful with this grip. It's really cool. So I always do this one right at the end, and I'll still manage to get out 6 or 7. So you can imagine, if you do just 5 reps, for each of those, you do that, 3 different hand positions, you're going to be doing 15 reps. Here you can see I drop the weight and I get right back into it again. The really wide neutral grip. Keep going. And this is not what I think you guys should be doing, or this is the absolute best way to build muscle. This is just a type of workout that I have developed and that works for me and has got me great results, and that's fun and interesting. So that is why I do it. But I'm open to suggestions down below, you guys. Working towards that neutral grip. I'm smiling because it's just burning right now. What is this, like a 4-minute set? Holy smokes. So keep going. And I think I got one more in me. Wow. And that's it. Holy. All right. Get a drink of water. Take a breather for a minute because we're going to be moving right into something else. So after all of those vertical pull downs that I was doing, I'm going to be doing a horizontal pull. So this is a seated row. We got the close grip going on here. And this is great for helping build a lot of thickness in the back. And also it's great for working your biceps as well. So really good thickness all around. And you can pull a lot of weight doing this. I don't know if my form's perfect, but it feels good to me. Probably keep the chest a little bit higher throughout the whole thing. But if you do stretch forward a little bit like that, it does stretch your back muscles out and really gives you a good stretch. So here we are from behind, same movement, close grip, and I'm just pulling it back, and you can see all those back muscles working. So I'll try and do, between 12, 13, 14 reps, somewhere around there. As you guys know, I don't really love to count, but sometimes you gotta. And once I do 2, maybe 3 sets with the close grip, then I'll move into a wider grip. And I just love this one. You can't go nearly as heavy, but the contraction on your back is absolutely incredible. So it doesn't engage your biceps quite as much, but the squeeze that you get at the top is really cool. If you guys have never used this grip before, you definitely should try it. Getting tired. Just a couple more. So I'm going to show you guys the view from the back again, and then we're going to compare it with the other grip, the close grip, and I'm going to show you guys the difference there and how my back squeezes together. So a few more with this wide grip, and then here in just a second you're going to see, I'll pause it, and you can see, look at that. You can see how much contraction there is. So when you lean forward, there's a lot of stretch, and then you pull back and there's tons of contraction. I'm going to flick here to the close grip, and you're going to see slightly less contraction on the upper back. Not to say that this is any less beneficial than the wide grip, but I just wanted to show you guys the difference. So let's cut back to the wide grip there. You can see, and just finish out that set. So I love accompanying my pull-ups with the seated row because it's not really a movement that you can exactly duplicate that easily in calisthenics. I mean, if you're doing front levers and pulling yourself up from that, then you could, but that's pretty advanced. So here we go into some deadlifts. I was a little apprehensive to do this online because it's like the king of all exercises, and I know everyone's going to criticize my technique and my form, but I started out really light and I'm getting a bit heavier. I'm definitely not that strong with it, but it's something that I know is really important, so I try to do it often. And by often, I mean once a week. So just starting with a plate, just getting that lower back really nice and warmed up and kind of figuring out my form. I'm still too far on my toes. I can feel that, and I don't know what it is, but whenever you kind of do stuff for YouTube, you always just feel a little bit more awkward. You're like trying to see if you're doing it right or whatever. So I know my feet were pointed outwards a little bit more, so I ended up, my legs kind of bowed a bit, but that's okay. So here we go, another couple plates. That was feeling pretty light, and I did this the other day and it felt so light. However, today it did not feel quite so easy. So here we are, 2 plates. I don't know how much that is, 225 pounds, something like that. And I am 145 pounds. So it's quite a bit more than me. It doesn't look like very much weight, but I'm just a little guy and I'm lifting as much as I can. So you can see my legs are bowing out a little bit, and I don't like that. I think it's because my feet are turned a little bit outward. So I'll have to fix that on the next one. So I dropped the weight down a little bit, and this feels much better. So this is another really cool movement that I like to accompany with my calisthenics because it's a hard one to duplicate with just your body weight, and it's a very, very effective movement. And then this is the last one. So sometimes I might grab a barbell and do some bicep curls, but I really like to keep it with the calisthenics. So I'll just do some really close grip chin-ups, and I'll do this until I just can't do anymore. Sometimes I'll do 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets. So that is it. That's the entire workout. I'm done. I'm tired. Whole day is complete. Growing those lats, getting that back nice and strong. So like I said before, that isn't the only exercises I do on my pull days. There are other ones, and some days it's just strictly calisthenics based. But I wanted to show you guys what I do in the gym to combine it with my calisthenics. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching. It's only one thing to do. You gotta check the progress when you got a full pump. So please hit the like button if you guys like this style of video, and definitely comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this workout and if you guys learned anything. See you on the next one.